planet overrun with hive-minded creatures? Is your coliseum filled to the gills with bugs? Are your Acklays and Nexu Reeks unwilling or unable to fight the creatures that you want them to fight? Then, my friend, you have a problem. And the only person that can solve them is those pest control people from Tatooine. That's right. I am talking about the Jolly Jawa Extermination Company. Call the Jolly Jawa Extermination Company at 1-800. How is this team working so well? Obviously, that's a toll-free number, and you can call anytime, day or night, and you will get the service that you need to extinguish your bug infestation. Now, hello, my friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and if you've been paying attention to the forums, to the posts, to the game, probably to your in-game chat, then you know that all of a sudden the Jawas have become meta. They're not really meta yet. And there's still a lot that needs to take place for the Jawas to become meta. But the question that you have is, how in the holy seven hells did the Jawas, this team that's been useless for a really long time, become good again? Without a rework, without anything. And the rework actually came when they adjusted the Geonosian team. Now in this video, I'm not going to go over how this works or how you need to do it. Arnold T101 created a great video. Mobile Gamer has one. I believe Operation Metaverse actually was the one that introduced this footage that we're seeing here. And what's fascinating about this is the developers' reaction to it. Now, I obviously love this post, Jawas, Geonosians, and Thermal Detonators. This is a very well crafted title. I love it. But the idea here is they're like, hey, there was this unintended bug, pun mildly intended, and we kind of like it. We kind of like the way that it works out, and we're not going to change it. Now, essentially the rework, if I understand this correctly, the rework is they've reworded the ability for the thermal detonators on the Jawas to reflect what they're actually doing. So now what's taking place in the game, what you're seeing in the game, all of these detonators, all of these things being added, that's how it's supposed to be from now on. Why are they leaving it though? That's the big question. That's what I am so fascinated about. And I have a few theories and a few thoughts. And if you'll permit me to put my thinking cap on, I'd like to dive into it. Now, today I'm going full Honest Abe, conspiracy theory, crazy hat guy to talk about this, because I think that the reason that they're doing this, the reason that they're not really nerfing this Jawa interaction, is beyond what they've said here. Because what they said here is simply because we like it and we don't want to change it. You don't ever take what they actually say at face value. The government says there aren't any aliens. You don't be like, oh, of course there's not any aliens. There's clearly aliens. On its face, this is a viable team that, can be beneficial in areas like territory battles or territory wars. However, there's a more sinister motive behind this. And the answer is they're not going to adjust this because they have something waiting in the wings that's going to take care of this by itself. And I think that something actually comes in plain sight. It's something that was hidden in plain sight. And if you look at the SB Crumb, the developer intentions for the Geonosian rework. Now, I actually absolutely love the reworks. I'm excited about them. I think there's a lot of stuff that this is going to be very beneficial for outside of the new territory battle map, right? I'm very excited for that. They've put it right out in front. they say klik-klak hollow table heroes, which is, super, super offensive. I mean, the language they use here in Geonosian is kind of shocking. I'm surprised they went with that. However, it is interesting that klik-klak, it's not only a Geonosian swear, it's the name of a Geonosian, klik-klak, from Star Wars Rebels. Now, who was klik-klak? Klik-klak was this guy who saved an egg. The egg eventually became queen. Darth Vader killed the queen. It's a pretty fun story to kind of take this unusually obscure side character and give her background. But klik-klak is a character that a lot of people have talked about, and it would be interesting to have a Geonosian character who's clearly a separatist eventually have ties to the rebels. Now that I think is quite fascinating. Whether it actually happens, I doubt it. But I do think that it's interesting that they use this. Oftentimes they hide things in plain sight. And the last time that we heard anything from our puzzler-in-chief, SWGOH, whose post this is, he told us that from now on, the next group of puzzles, the next group of information, the next puzzle that he does isn't going to be started with something as simple as an image that he launches. He's not going to say, okay, guys, go ahead. But he's going to give us bits and tidbits of information from here and there, and we're going to piece them together. I absolutely think this is one of our first clues to his next puzzle, which, klik-klak, Geonosian Queen, maybe it is we're getting a Darth Vader. I don't know. That would be awesome. That's a tangent for another day. It could be something more simple. Like something is waiting in the rings for the Geonosian faction, for the Separatist faction, that makes this completely unmaintainable. Again, I think that it's a great idea to level up your Jawas. I think it's a great idea to continue gearing up your Geonosians. It's fascinating that it works the way that it does. There's something waiting in the wing, and I do believe it is either another Geonosian or quite possibly another Separatist that is just going to undercut this whole Jawa thing. Now, I would love if it is klik-klak, if we do get the Geonosian from the Star Wars Rebels TV show, it would be cool if we did get klik-klak, if somehow he were able to summon a queen or summon back to life dead Geonosians. Now, we've talked about this with the Geonosian ability, a Geonosian zombie, something that would infect the other Geonosians, something that would allow the hive mind to be created or to be controlled or even be brought back to life. Whether that's the case, I don't know, but I do think something like that is coming, and I do think that it's very possible. The reason why we're not getting a rework, we're not getting a Jawa nerf, is one, obviously, they don't want to punish the Jawas any more than they already have by not showing them love. And two, it's going to take care of itself. I really think that it will. Now, what do you guys think? Let me know. I'm really excited to see how this plays out because we're not getting a full-on nerf, and that's kind of an interesting thing and a unique move for devs during a situation like this. So, what do you think? Do you have your Jawas geared up? Do you have your Geonosians maxed out and gear 12, gear 13 almost? Let me know. I'm very curious about how this is going to affect you. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think, guys. I'm fascinated about this. This is, I think, pretty funny, pretty unique and interesting development around the Geonosians, the Jawas, and thermal detonators. Now, as the month comes to an end, keep in mind that Star Wars Thrawn Treason is coming out fairly soon. If you want to get your hands on a free audiobook, a free digital download for that book that's coming out, I'm going to leave a link in the section below for a free subscription, a free trial to Audible. Every time you sign up, or with every account you sign up, you get a free book to keep. It is yours to keep, even if you don't subscribe. I am re-listening to Thrawn currently. I'm going to be listening to Thrawn Alliance is next, all before Treason comes out, and I can't tell you, I cannot sing the praises of the Chiss more than I currently do, because those books are awesome, and the audiobooks they actually read in Thrawn's voice. It's cool. But let me know what you think about this. Check out the links in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. Visit me at goingnerdy.com, where we talk about this and other things. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.